Assalamu alaikum. Our topic is TypeScript. For TypeScript is also called the superset of the JavaScript that's compiled to plain JavaScripts. Basically, every code that written in the TypeScript is easily converted by the compiler into a JavaScript, and every TypeScript code is converted into a JavaScript code. And because the JavaScript code is very long and many lines have to cover in a JavaScript, but to minimize for optimization of our code for ease of the programmer, TypeScript provides a thing that generally minimize things, and like JavaScript has the j.js extension and the TypeScript is TS extensions. Why TypeScript is hot now and looking forward? It's never been a better time to a JavaScript developer. JavaScript is everywhere now. It is in front end and back end, and many complexities with a large size applications in our organizations and software houses. So the TypeScript comes and minimize the code and helps the programmer. Installing the TypeScript code, there are two ways: via npm not packages. You can write npm install -g TypeScript on your run command, and it will install, and it is already plug-in in the Visual Studio, or you have to download or your interface that describes the object that has first name, last name, or the things are. It is one thing like class interference is also provided. This is a code interface in the JavaScript interface. A person, his first name, which is in string, last name is in strings, and also the functions that is a greeter and the persons. Hello, we return from these greeter functions hello, first person name and the second person name, and we pass the value by next line user. First name is Jane and the last name is the user, and then we run the code. We see on the screen hello Jane. Okay, and this is the document dot body inner greeter and the user. Classes in JavaScript, like the other classes, like student class hai, his full name, constructor which gives the default names. Also there is a interface, first name, last name, and the greeter like the same we see. Running your transcript web app like the JavaScript code, the TypeScript code also we need to link with this and run through our JavaScript code. We use the header like same source and many other things. TypeScripts, there are the three basic types in the TypeScript, that is boolean, number, and a string. And we organize var is done, boolean, there is a variable name is done, and this is a boolean, and we put it false in it, and the other side number, which is the lines, and we initialize it with 42, and same other. There is a case when we not know what type is, then we can use any. Not sure may be a string instead. So in a not sure you can put anything. You can also put a boolean if you declare a variable with any is anything. So he smartly done what the thing is, and that's end with the slides. Now we also have some MCQs, transcript, and you can see I give the link I also put a table which give the answer. Now come to the code. Simple code. Just it is a simple code. I am start a new project, like just to show. Now the new project, there is a thing TypeScript. You can go HTML application with TypeScript and give the name of your what apps you want to give the name. And if you want to download new versions, you can click here. This will proceed you to the browser, and where you can install multiple device hybrid applications. This is an install. It's about to 23 to 25 MB project. Now come back to our alt project. Now you already know how the project created. Now you can see app CSS and app TS, which is the TypeScript extension. So you can better know this is the TypeScript view. I develop an interface of a person like I explained in the PowerPoint in the slides. There is a two variable first name and the last name. There are types of strings and the hello first, and also in the index we give its source app. Yes, it is a very simple. And now when we start this, look, hello Jane user, and if I change the name, Harry, and refresh, it's taking time. Here comes the Harry comes. Now this is a very little things that I want to explain for easiness. Now come to something bigger. Now I developed a project which is a card game. This is not like a game. What I am using, I have a folder which name is card. There is a picture of 52 cards, and you can see there are the pictures. So you know, okay, I am going to use these pictures, and I have a folder TypeScript code, and there are three files, TypeScript files: card play, card model, card manager, and card productions. And generally I am going to explain you card models and module. Like in C# and other languages, we use using namespace. Here we use module, and I give my main functions. I give this name, and enumerable is car model. And what are the models? Diamond, heart, spades, and clubs. The four models. And export is something when we want to access this enum from another TypeScript. Like now going to card play. This is module, like namespace, my functions, my main functions, and this is, and export. I am in the card model. When I am going to access in the class card play the card model, I have to use this exports to access here. If I want to access a car model other another TypeScript, then I need to put an export before his declarations or definitions class, and I use this everywhere because there is a link, and you see there is a reference. I also added reference path card model .ts, and this will add the reference of that TypeScript code file. And there is a class card play, and I am going to use a card number values and image place, and where is the image place and the sound place. I first thought to put a sound, then I am just it is a variable. I'm not going to use it anywhere, just it is remain there. And the card model, what is the model? You see previously the diamond, heart and spade and the club. These are the models in our deck of the cards, 52 cards. And there is a constructors when we receive the data outside, and it will assign it. And now comes to card collections afterward. Big code. Same thing, reference path. I am now going to the path of the playing card play. Then module main functions, there is a class card collections, and the class name is defining its have a collections of all the cards. And there is a constructor this dot card. There is a variable cards and card play. Card play has array which is null, so the cards is equal to array. Now the cards which is the array. Now I have add a function, there is a function add cards. Now when I receive a card, then I push that card. And how I do that? There is a code in which I am going to use every single card to put there. This dot add card, my main functions dot card play, and card play, there is a class, and in the class constructor I am sending to, because there is no one in the card deck, no number one card. Card start from 2, and its value is 2, and this is the path card to diamonds, and there is 14 diamonds, jack, queen, king, ace, and card model. And what is the model? This is a diamond. This is a diamond, and same with the heart, same with the clubs, same with the spade. Okay, and now I am using there is a function get cards by the name now we are going to get cards. Basically this function is not doing really playing a game. This is just collect all the cards and run it randomly, just show it randomly how many you want, like count numbers, a number which is generated randomly, and there is a array card list and count index. The count is randomly generated number, and in the card list we push this card dot math dot from math random number and the card's length and the length of the card value -1. This will generate a number this will generate a random number which will send to the card list and by these functions. And there is a shuffle. Shuffle is some thing which shuffle things, and and represents how many times you want to shuffle. I am using three variables I, j, k, and variable temp, and I am using the two loops to make shuffling is more good in practice. And there is a first loop, how many times you want to shuffles, and there is a this card dot length in the second loop, and same things as we done mathlore dot random number. This will generate a random number, and this is a swap statement. Put a j card into temp, and k into j, and temp into k, and this is a simple swaps programming things. And there is an other TypeScript file which is a card manager just is nothing, it's just showing things on the we have the variable current deck means what is the whole deck have. And then we call the shuffle, so how many times you want to shuffles. I put it 1, and if I put it 2, then it will shuffle that loop 2 times and 3 times, and how many times I want. And so I put it once because it is very convenient. Already have their 2 loops, and the cards, there is a variable cards, and the current deck dot gets cards, and from this we get the list of the cards, randomly lists of the cards. And this is a math dot random number generated, multiply with 20. I really don't know what the sale is. Smallest number greater than or equal to in the numeric argument. Then if the card is not equal to num and the card length, there is some code of the HTML, and we have put top margin, left margin, and some loops, and this is a whole things. And we put the image size and the card index and card image place, and where I have to show, and the margin, and how many times you want to show them, and the card containers, and put all these in the card containers. Okay, and the card and there is a body.html card container, and how many for how many seconds you want to see then I put is 50,000 in, which is a 5 minutes. And if I put less, I will show you by changing this. And when I first of all, when I play the projects, then I will see the blank screen. And then when I click on the blank screen, then there is shuffle things, documents on clicks, and main documents, and this will display the whole card. And there is index htmls, we need to add there, add all these transcript file there. Look, and script has source a type, script code and the card model.js, and the type is text.js. Why I'm using the js file, because here you can easily, from this you can easily understand why TypeScript code is converted easily into the JavaScript code. So I make everything in the TypeScript file, and now when there is a thing to add them in the HTML file, I am using them as a JavaScript code. So but there is no problem with that. Okay, now I am going to run the program. Hurry up. You see nothing on the page, but when I'm going to click this, something is going to happen. See, when I am again going to click this, shuffling and showing. shuffle and show. Good. And if I minimize the, then it will shuffles after every 5 seconds automatically. You see it is going to shuffle automatically. So that's it. I will add give the link of the code also, and you can easily get the thing. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.